Okay, it's like the Thursday update. Tracker made his debut, and I didn't even know it till last minute. I might have went up there. So how old are you?
11.
11. So what'd you do last weekend?
I went and raced at Springfield Raceway.
Not just like go-karts or anything, right?
No,
Dad got a video
full-size
here?
Modified.
Here's a little portion of the video. This is Tracker in the 6 car.
In the 6 car. Look at that. Man, so what do you think? 11, and you're racing with the big boys. You were racing with, that's not like adults.
Yep,
What class
all
was
adults.
that? What class was
All
that?
grown men. I think the youngest one was what, 15 or 16?
15.
So what
15.
class is that?
Midwest Mod.
Midwest Mod.
The B class.
The B class, okay.
There got to be so many Midwest Mods that they split them up. So
Oh, really?
we got an A class and a B class.
Okay. So did you help build your car?
What?
Did you help build the car?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you did. I knew that.
Built it, you just helped.
Oh,
I
you
just
built
helped.
you built it and you just helped.
I just helped.
And where was Gibby on all this?
Here.
Here. Helping me.
Yep.
But I needed him. I needed him bad. It looks like you did pretty good without him. So that is pretty exciting. Congratulations on your first race. And you got another race coming up
Yep. Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Turkey
Big deal.
Bowl 2025.
All right. So cool. We'll have to keep everybody updated on that. So do you have shirts yet and stuff like that?
No, not yet.
Well, you
Not
better
yet.
get all that stuff. I bet somebody want to wear your shirt. You're the next Jeff Gordon. Who's your big NASCAR guy?
I don't know.
If
Oh,
you
you're
had to
Kyle
choose it,
Larson.
that's who I'd go with. Kyle Larson. I've said the same thing. That guy, he drives everything good.
All right. Well, we were checking on what else is going on around here.
Canadian Keith from the Great White North.
Canadian Keith. All right, and I think Canadian Keith wanted a chrome firewall.
Well,
But
I'm
you
gonna go ahead
said
and buff it if he does, and
This is going to be like super nice, so maybe you won't want it.
yeah, I think it's gonna look really nice with just the paint there.
So you can kind of tell the difference. It's super smooth now.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you buff this, it's going to be slick. And you can see up in here how rough it is because that metal flake is thick.
It leaves bumps.
It leaves bumps, so you got bumps around the corners. So
So the time you lay on 7 coats of clear, you still have your bumps. They won't want to lay down. And the flat spots they lay a little better, but on the sides they didn't. So
The
you can
dash.
see what it'll look like.
so you can see how it's coming out, sort of. Where it's still shiny in there, but where it's not shiny, it's flat.
When I buff it, it'll all be slick,
It
shiny.
will be slick and shiny, and I don't know if you can.
Look
Oh,
like
you
a-
can see. It.
Oh
Look at that.
yeah,
So
look like a dessert.
That's deep.
Wow, it shows all the good color, don't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You can see the depth in it for sure.
Yeah. So once this is buffed now, it's gonna look sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So, rest of the day sanding. You're gonna start buffing then.
I'm ready to start buffing.
Well, very good. All right. Henry's hot rod is fixing to flip.
Yes, sir.
Flipping Henry's hot
Flipping
rod.
Henry's hot
Okay, so where
rod.
are we going, boss?
We're right over here on top of this one, but did we have it on here like that? Is that how we had it? Mm-hmm. I thought the front overhung that.
Yeah, it did.
Is there a way?
Yeah, you got to turn it around.
Somebody can pull this apart.
Okay, there we go. So now, if y'all drop it, Josh is gonna have to explain to Henry what happened.
But now we gotta put this thing over.
Yeah. Well, let's set it down first, and it's easier to kind of just grab it and roll it.
Up to it, we're going this way?
Yeah.
Got it, Tim?
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, all mask underneath.
Ready?
Not with 4 people, but it is with
We're gonna keep the, oh, it's painted underneath. We're gonna
Yes.
put the blanket. Now we gotta come, whoa! Who let this side down? We gotta
Come
come,
drop her down, set her on it.
Just put her down.
It's not gonna go over that back yet, it's too long.
Okay.
This is not the right frame. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just right there
On.
for primer. But that ain't gonna work.
no, that ain't gonna work.
So it's ready to prime. It needs that short part.
So,
Yeah, we need a different
we
carpet.
need we need a short
That
frame.
one.
We need a short frame.
Okay, well you kind of seen what it takes.
Yeah,
That's easier to move over to that cart now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So looks like I'm going to be putting together a front end for a 34. This kit comes from Superbell. 4-inch drop, I-beam axle, monoleaf spring. So First thing I do, I'll just set all the parts out on the table, see what I got, make sure I got everything. And then just start quick assembling it, put them in together in the big chunks. Maybe put all the bushings in the 4-bar setup, and this looks like the drag link. It'll get tie rod ends, and we'll have a panhard rod in there, one of those. So anyway, let's start assembling the parts little by little. I went ahead and started by putting my tie rod ends on my drag link and my steering link. There's a left hand and a right hand thread, so when you twist the rod, they either both go in or both go out. You got your jam nuts, so you got a left hand and right hand jam nut. I put the jam nuts on the tie rods, put the tie rods onto the bar. So I've got those together. A few less parts on my table. I think I'll move ahead to the shackles next. I just stuck them in there real quick on the spring. Now these are the brackets for the 4-bar, and there is a left and a right. You can see that when you put the bracket on, you're going to put the bat wing through the top here. But what I'm going to want to do is make sure that is angled inbound. Like I said, there's a left and a right, so you can see it's kind of angled inbound on both of those. That way your rod or your 4-bar is going to aim towards the frame. Otherwise, you're going to be wanting to aim your bars out that direction. So I'll kind of just put all the parts together before I bolt it together, and then kind of get it into a big blob. Okay, so I just kind of assembled everything. The lower shock mounts, get them outboard. The bat wing has got like bevels in both sides of it there. So, and this has got a bevel in it, so it'll pinch up in there. So it really only goes one way. Then you got a nut on the bottom here. Put the shackle right through the bat wing. Again, we got the monoleaf. These are outboard for your 4-bar setup. Super Bell would probably appreciate you put their logo going forward. And what happens when you do that? These pins that hold your king pins in, they'll drive this direction, the nut will go on the back. It'll just look cleaner anyway. I suppose the axle could go either direction. But there it is, basically assembled. Now I'll tighten everything up on it. So I took and pushed in all the bushings, put the sleeve into them. These are all right-hand threaded. So you've got your 4-bar set up here, and then this longer one is a panhard. This is a bracket that goes on the axle for the panhard, but it actually bolts on to the bracket for the 4-link when you put that together. Then you weld a bracket on the frame for the panhard. That would be this here. And it comes with all the brackets, and there's brackets for the 4-bar that go onto the frame. And it actually comes with the kit. So these will weld up onto the frame. We've got a frame up over here that we're going to set this all up on. So the kit comes with the spindles, steering arms, and then the steering arm has 2 holes, one for the drag link and one for the steering arm. This one has 1 hole just for the drag link. You got a left and a right bracket here for your calipers. Now you're going to need to push on bearing adapters. These are 37 to 41 Ford spindles, and we use a GM rotor. You can also get I think it'd be like an Aspen rotor or Mopar, which would be for a Ford bolt pattern. And then we use a GM caliper. So it's a geometric caliper, like off a Camaro or something. And those would be the rotors there. So what I'm going to do now is push on these bearing adapters. You got to push them on all the way down to the bottom. We've got a little bit of an advantage here. We built like a jig here. We can just set the spindle right in there. And I've got this tube that we weld the cap on. It goes right in here. Kind of see it get on top there. And it'll push it right down. see I've got pushed all the way down. There's a ridge on there. It'll only go so far. But then you can use these bearings that come in the kit, and everything is parts store stuff. If you ever need new bearings, you can just go to the parts store and get something else. All right, so I got the steering arms on. I like to put a little bit of red Loctite on the bolts going through into the steering arm. Make sure they don't come out. The top bolts that are holding the bracket on, they've got a jam or a lock nut, so that's fine. Both of them. So you got two of them with jam nuts, and then you got two that go in from the back side of this here. And you'll want to go ahead and make sure you get Loctite on those. So I'm not going to put the kingpins on until after the axle's on the car, but then this will just go on right here on the boss. There'll be a bushing that goes underneath here, and then you've got a pin that slides through that to hold the kingpin down, and you're good to go. Hey, yeah, Gibby come by. He must have been trick-or-treating, even though that was 2 weeks ago. So I've got it pretty much together. Now we just got to get it on the car. So here's an example of a finished one. You can see where the shock goes. That bracket will weld up onto the frame. See how the 4-bar comes back. Calipers lean back. This one doesn't have the steering box on it yet, but the steering rod goes there, but this is your drag link that goes all the way across. Here's the same thing, only in chrome. This one has the steering box, or the steering rod attached. This has got a half rack. Some of them will have a Vega box, and some will have a half rack. Same thing, calipers, GM calipers and rotors. This one just got coil shocks that are just got shocks in the front that are chrome. This one's got a beefed up spring for the big motor in it. One we just assembled was a monoleaf. Here's one more version of the same thing. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but this has got a chrome axle and painted 4-bar setup and painted bars. But they all look pretty good. These are all Super Bell axles. This one doesn't have the shocks on it yet. So Dave is buffing on Bad to the Bone. Kind of got that haze on it now. You can't, doesn't look as deep. But it looks pretty deep right there. Yeah.
You can see it now. It's like a piece of glass laying on it.
It's deep.
Yes, it is.
That's the dash buff.
It looks deep because it is deep.
It is deep. Buffing away. Buff a little bit more, buff, and then glaze some.